All right guys, today I'm gonna show you guys how to do a half fade with a skin taper. Skin taper to sideburns and skin taper to neck. And then we're gonna cut the top short. I always do the fade first, just to get it to a length where I want it to be. Then I know how to taper the sides to what length it needs to be. Before I start any haircut, I always wet the hair on top and I comb it over just so I can see how is it supposed to lay and how he styles it. Then I can have a better idea of how to cut it. First, I always start from the side. A medium half fade should always be about right here. I don't want to bring it up too high and I don't want to keep it too low where it's like right at the ear. So right where the hook is, right in the middle of that. Okay, and then I fold the ear down. Notice how I move the ear out of the way. Each and every time I'm close to the ear, I'm moving it out of the way. Because you don't want to accidentally cut the ear. Regardless of it being a kid or an adult, nobody likes getting the ear cut. Like, it hurts, it has a sting feeling. So always move the ear out of the way. I'm gonna go all the way to the back. And I'm cleaning all the hair as I'm going to the back, okay? I'm going sideways here and I'm going up and down because you want to make sure all the hair are an even length. And sometimes hair grows differently, so you got to go left, you got to go right, up, down, whatever is necessary for you to cut all the hair to an even length. This part is just the guideline. This part up here, you just want to make sure the guideline is straight, and then that's pretty much it. You don't gotta like have this guideline perfectly straight. Like, I don't want to have this like, here's a little bit left and here's a little bit left. You don't need to do all that. You just need to clean the hair on the bottom and then make sure it goes on top. And then on this side, make sure it's the exact same spot. I'm gonna half fade up to that line. And then folding down the ear, of course, and then finishing that off to match with that back line right there. The last thing you want to do is check the front. Make sure both sides is even. It looks good to me. Maybe this side looks a tiny bit lower. Just gonna go back and clean this real quick. Since I have my first guideline here, I know this is a half. Up here we haven't touched yet, so we don't have to worry about it. But the fact that I know this is a half, I can technically start a skin taper right now. Then I just taper into a half and I'm pretty much done. So I'm gonna skip ahead and do that part. We are going to disconnect the sideburns, bring it up to the taper. I'm cleaning all the hair that are on the ear as well. Don't leave any of these hair, you guys. So make sure you get them all. And since I already have this tool in my hand, I'm gonna line them up around the ear. And then here, you wanna make sure you go straight down, okay? Follow the arch of the circle and then move downward. And then I'm gonna do the back. Like I said, since I have the tool in my hand, I'm just gonna do everything I need to do with this tool first. Then I can move on to the fading part. I'm gonna hit the exact same spot as I did on the other side. Okay, you guys, we are going to skin that bottom part of the taper here and the neck and the other side. So this is my tool that I'm gonna use. I might cut out this sound because it's freaking loud. And then now I'm popping back on that zero guard and I'm opening it up, and then I'm gonna move this up a little bit, and then I'm gonna fade out the line. The gap that I usually do is about a finger width, this way. Not this way because it's a taper, I do it this way, okay? That's how big of the gap I want it to have. And then after I make that line, sometimes you might not even see the line, you guys, and if you don't see the line, that's perfectly fine. That means that spot's already blended. Makes your job a little bit easier. Now I'm gonna close it halfway and then hit that bottom line right there. Once I hear the cut, I flick out, okay? And then last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close it all the way and I'm gonna hit the very, very bottom line. And what I'm doing now, I'm just gonna do minor detail work to make it look even better. Same thing on this side, you guys. Half zero guard open all the way. Closing it halfway. Don't forget that after you do your taper, to check the front, because the front looks different than the side. And you want to make sure it looks good from the front, as well as look good from the side. And that works. Right now, we finished the taper, but if you look at the beard, it's just a line right there. And it is natural. So for that, I always blend down the beard a little bit. I blend down the beard to whatever length he wants it at. So he wants it at a half, so I'm just gonna blend it down to a half and I'll take care of the rest later. That looks a lot better than when there was just a random line that was sticking out right there. Okay, and we're gonna move on to the back and finish that taper part off, and then we're gonna go to the fade. You see this line right here? This line we're not worrying about. That's the fade line. We're just gonna do the taper first. All this is a half. So you only know that much information already. All you have to do is just close it, move this bottom line up a little bit. Just a little bit, all right? And then I'm gonna open it halfway and move that line up one more time. Every single time you move up the line, you shouldn't be seeing any line below that. So if you move it up, okay, if you see, let's say there was a little bit of a line left, just close it a little bit and hit that line that you saw. Okay, for me, I don't really see a line anymore, so I'm gonna open it, not all the way, almost all the way. And then push that other line up. But for now, you see that this time there is a line still about right there. So I'm gonna close it a tiny bit only, just a little bit. I'm gonna hit this line and it's still there, so I'm gonna close it a little bit more, just hit this side. And if it's still there, you close a little bit more, okay? Now that's gone, you can move on this side and do the exact same thing. So I open it all the way, okay? There's a line, I close it a little bit, and I hit it, and if it's gone, I stop, but if it's not, I close it halfway and I hit this line one more time. And pretty much, that should be the back taper. And then now you can work on a fade. Just gonna finish some detail work, making sure I get all the lines and everything is good. Perfect. There you go, perfect. That's a back taper, we're done with that. We're gonna do this fade and then we're gonna cut the top. Since it's a half fade, I'm gonna pop the one guard on and I'm gonna open it all the way. Make my second guideline. This time, you can have your finger this way and not that way, okay? Fade, I usually have it this way because it's a little bit more wide, and then taper, I do this. That's the width I usually want the next guideline to be. And then after you finish your guideline, it shouldn't take long. It's just, you kind of making that next guideline and that's it. There's nothing else you need to do. So it's a quick guideline, just like that. That's the amount of time it takes you to do that next guideline. You shouldn't take any longer than that. Come to the front, take a look at it, making sure it's even on both sides. And once it's even on both sides, you can start the next step. You see how there's a line right there and a line on top. Over here is the same. Those are the two lines you need. And then now we're just gonna fade out that line. We're gonna take rid of this line. So I'm gonna start with a half guard halfway, and I'm gonna clean that up real quick. And sometimes it blends perfectly, you guys, and you don't have to worry about it too much, and sometimes it doesn't. Then you gotta adjust the lever and move it around. But when it does blend perfectly, just like that, the line's gone and you're pretty much set on that part. Halfway again, you guys, starting a new section. Same steps though. Okay. And that's it, that side's done. All right, and this is the last part we have because we did the other side in the back already. Same step, halfway, and go in and flick out. I've been doing this for a really long time. So when I'm doing halfway and I'm flicking out, it blends really easily just because my muscle memory has gotten it down. But if you guys are having a little bit of trouble with it, just take your time. Open the lever all the way, flick it out, and then close it a little bit, and then go right underneath that line. Yours might not blend as smoothly as how I have it, but that's just, you know, just take your time, be patient with it, and it'll pretty much come to a clean fade. Cool. And that's about it. We're gonna go on to clip over comb and then cut the top. We're gonna clip over comb. What I usually wanna do is have the comb straight up. Don't bend the comb inward, don't bend the comb outward, just have it straight up so when you're doing that. And then once you cut the top, it's gonna blend everything together. I promise I'm gonna make a video that shows you how to clip over comb one day. It's just a really hard technique and I'm trying to find the easiest way to show you guys. But it's just one of those techniques that it takes a lot of practice. You just gotta keep doing it. For the back, you guys, it's a little bit different than how I do the side. The side, I wanna have it straight up, but the back, you see how the head goes out and then it goes back in? So you wanna follow that, okay? So here, the hair is right here where I need to blend. So I'm gonna go like this, okay? Not like this, because then you're not following the shape of the head. You always wanna follow the shape of the head with the comb. Notice how the comb shape is right now. I'm going like this. What I'm using is a 0 guard. So you can close your clipper all the way or pop on a 000 from a metal guard. And once I see that this part is blended, up here, I'm gonna pop on a 1 metal, which is kind of the same as your clipper being open all the way. And now I'm gonna soften up this area because the bulk is, it's kind of big right there. So we're gonna take down some hair. And then right below that, I'm gonna go back to the 1 guard, open. Just because I'm clipper over combing and I can't get out that line on the bottom, just go down a guard. You don't need to continue trying to clip over comb. As soon as you know that it's not cutting, just move on. And then just remember that you need to go back a step to clean up that line. And just like that, that line is gone. We're gonna clean up right here. Just below that line, same thing as what I did on the side. I'm standing here right now and I'm looking at the hair. I'm working on the back, but then I took a glance to the side that I just cut, and then I see a line right here. Sometimes I do that, and you know, you can just go back real quick, stand where you are so you know where the line is, and then just kind of work on it a little bit. And then this is the last line right there. That's good. This part seems a little bit dark, so I'm gonna clip over comb that real quick. I can continue to clip over comb with this clipper right here. Just close it all the way and hit that area that seems a little bit dark. That should lighten it up a little bit. I take a look at the whole haircut. It's looking good. We're gonna cut the top and then we're gonna blend everything together, and that should be it. All right, you guys, that was a half fade with a skin taper. We cut the top down really short. We styled it with uppercut. And it's looking pretty good. This is Omar. He's helped me with other videos before. You want to say what's up?
Hey everybody.
Just a little secret. The kid video that you guys saw in the last week episode, that's actually his son. Guess what? Come in.
Come here, Adam. Say hey, follow my channel.
This is Adam. Remember him? Yep, he was the last week's episode.
Say hi.
There he is again. Subscribe right there. He's seeing it. Hit that like button, thumbs up. Perfect. All right, you guys, thank you for watching the video. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.